Hi, today we're gonna see how to model using NX or Solidworks. We're gonna learn to model in any kind of a modeling software, the basics of modeling. So today's session will be like more oriented towards what's a sketch, how to completely define a sketch, how to give its dimensions. That's what would be for this video. Then for the following videos, we will update you on that. So I'm using NX11. I'm using SolidWorks 2018. I'm gonna show you first in SolidWorks how to sketch. So first we gotta start with a new one. So new document. So there's a window popping out, giving us an option called part assembly drawing. So a part is a single component. It's one complete component without you cannot, it's not two or more components, so it's just one component which is fully solid, and an assembly is where two or more components are joined together or assembled together. That's an assembly. And drawing is the 2D view, or when we take a printout of our drawing, the 2D view or the isometric views that we get is the drawing that is taken from these models. So to first start, we click the part modeling for the single component, and we'll go forward. Okay, now that we've got into a SolidWorks screen, let's check on our NX also, how to start. So as usual, new in any modeling software, over here we gotta select model, we gotta give model, and we gotta check our units if we want. Like I use millimeters always, and then that's what I use, and then location and stuff. Yeah, so model name, where it's gonna be saved and things like that. So we select model, and okay. So we've got into our NX screen also, we've got into our SolidWorks screen also. So if you see both the screens, they kind of look similar. They have a lot of similar options. That's why modeling is, you learn modeling in one software, it's almost equivalent to learning in the other. So when you see the word sketch, we're going to do sketching today. So sketch in SolidWorks, and then we have sketch over here also. So that's the first thing you got to do when you're part modeling. So first you need a sketch in 2 dimension. So in SolidWorks, this is SolidWorks. So we click sketch, then we choose a plane. We have front plane, we have top plane, we have right plane. It all works. So what these planes are, they depict is the views of a product. So if you take the top view, then it's the top plane. The front view, it's the front plane. The side view, and over here it's the right plane. So that's the view. How do I explain the views to you? So maybe I could Google it out. Yeah, so this is a perfect example. This is a car in the top view. So there's another example over here. So this is the product, this is the top view, this is the front view, this is the right side view. So yeah, so this is what those planes are for. So if we draw on the top plane, then our drawing is going to be like this. Our sketch is going to be like this. If we sketch on the front plane, then the sketch is going to be like this. So the product, whatever we are going to sketch. Okay. Yeah. So I usually work on the front plane. So now we've entered our sketch window. If you see, there's an option called exit, so which means we've entered a sketch window. So these are our options to sketch. If you see in paint, we can draw a circle, square and stuff like those. So similarly, we can draw stuff over here also using line, for example, line or a square anywhere. So that's how it is. Before that, I want to show you, like, I use millimeters. So over here it's in the MKA system, I use the MMGA system, so I'm just selecting that. Okay, now coming back, so we came out of our sketch. So yeah, now we're back into our sketch. So first we can draw a line anywhere in the sketch. So the software itself suggests some reference lines. These yellow lines, it suggests some reference lines. For example, this is a vertical line. You can see the yellow icon which shows a vertical line, and the green line shows a horizontal position. So the software itself suggests many things like that. So for now, let's draw a rectangle or a square, or a rectangle. Okay, this is a rectangle. So if you see over here, it is underdefined. What it says is the sketch is not a defined sketch. It can be a rectangle of infinity millimeters, or it can be from 0 to any length and any breadth. So it's like underdefined. But as of now, if you select the dimension tool, it's going to show 84.36, but we've not defined what is the dimension. So we need to define. We need to select smart dimension. You select smart dimension. We got to select, click it somewhere outside. We got to define the dimension. I'm gonna define it as 80 millimeters. Okay, now we've defined the length. Still it's underdefined. We need to define the breadth. Let's define it as 30 millimeters. Now it says fully defined. Okay, for example, the same sketch, let's sketch it somewhere else. Okay, so let's define it 30, 80. We've done the same thing that we did previously, but it's still underdefined. That is because there is something called the origin. We've not fixed the sketch to the origin. So over here, if you see X, Y and Z axis, we got 3 axes over here. So we are sketching on the front plane, so X and Y axis. So here's the origin. So we need to refer what is the distance from the origin to the sketch. So we need to give that reference. So that's why it's underdefined. So let's define that part also. So it says 36.18. I want it to be 0. Now it still says underdefined. Why? Because we've defined it only to the length of the rectangle, not to the breadth of the rectangle. So let's define it to the breadth of the rectangle. See, we got that value 76. Let's define it to 0. Now it's fully defined. Okay, my sketch looks a little oblique because I changed it. Yeah, now see, now it's a fully defined sketch. So this is how we sketch. So there are other tools like this, so you can try with this is a rectangle, then we have a circle, we have a line. We have a rectangle, we have a circle, we have a line, we have arc, we can draw a spline. I'll explain that. I'll explain all the other features in future sketches and future videos that we'll be doing. I just want to explain what's a sketch, how to define it, how to get started with modeling. So it's similar. You can try the other features also. It's going to be similar like this. So this is what sketch is. So now we've done our sketch is fully defined. So now we exit our sketch environment, and that's our sketch. So we've got sketch 2. That's because we deleted sketch 1 in the beginning. It was in between, but okay. So this is our sketch. This is about Solidworks 2018. Now switching to NX. The same thing that we did in Solidworks. We're gonna enter the sketch environment. It's gonna ask on the plane, yeah. So which plane? XY, YZ, XZ, front, top. That's the same thing it's asking. So like I've selected the front plane, the XY plane. So okay, yeah. Now we have the XY plane. Same thing. We select the rectangle. We draw a rectangle and we sketch a rectangle. See, the thing is this automatically brings in auto dimensions. I think I'm not turned it off. Okay, so now if you see, sketch is fully constrained with 4 auto dimensions. What NX, these are the differences between Solidworks and NX and other softwares, so Autodesk, Inventor and all. So the difference is like, this is like suggesting auto dimensions. I'm not sure whether Solidworks also has auto dimensions, but NX has. You can turn off this feature if you don't want, but it is fully constrained with 4 auto dimensions. It's always better to define the sketch with our dimensions. So we got to go to rapid dimension. It'll be 80. Okay, that's done. Our breadth is 30. Okay, now these dimensions I'll delete it, these auto dimensions. Okay, that's because I've not turned off. I'm not sure, it should be somewhere here. Auto dimension, display sketch auto dimensions. Yeah, I turned it off. Now I turned off continuous auto dimensions. So now if you see, sketch needs 2 constraints, so which means sketch is not fully defined. The difference is that says Solidworks says fully defined, here NX says sketch needs 2 constraints. So the same thing, the origin is not fixed to the sketch, or the sketch is not fixed to the origin. So we need to just fix that and we will get going. So we got to give 0 over there. I mean, we can give any point, like it's not compulsive that we have to give 0. So let's define this as 50. Now we see that the sketch is fully constrained. Our sketch is fully defined. So now there's an option called finish sketch, which means it exits us from the sketch environment. So we got the same rectangle, except that there's like 50 millimeters to the left from the origin or something like that, a difference of that. And so same here, we have sketch over here, and these were our tools. So yeah, that we use. So this is about it. So please like, share, comment, subscribe for more such videos. Please give your feedback in the comment section so that we can provide better content like these. Any questions also, please post below in the comment section. Thank you.